Hello YouTube. What better time to start this video than when my mouse's wheel has finally stopped. Today I am here to talk about all my animals, and I'm just going to sit and do some makeup. Thought it would be a fun idea. So to start off, I'm taking my Fenty foundation with one pump of my Kat Von D. And then taking my knockoff Artiste brush. So already they're introducing themselves. Right behind me I have some rats, I have rodents and reptiles and felines in my pet collection. I guess I also have some arachnids too. In total, I am at 26 or 27 animals. And hopefully throughout this video I'll be able to talk about all of them. So I wanted to start out by talking about the oldest, and then we'll go to my newest. With my oldest, it is a crested gecko. I have had my sweet Juan Pablo, named after one of the guys on The Bachelor, which I don't even watch the show, so it's funny. I used to watch it a little bit with friends, just basically so I could socialize with people. But Juan Pablo, he is 6 years old now. I love him more than words, and I always call him my best friend. Next off, I am just going to take a little bit of my bronzer. It is the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula. Just going to grab my larger bronzing brush. So with Juan Pablo then came, I believe it would have been Ali, which is my cat. She is my first cat that I ever got. I'm, funny enough, am allergic to cats, but I find with over time you can get rid of any allergy, so that's great. She's a sweetheart. She is actually curled up right now in my dresser, actually. There's one drawer that is removed, and now that is kind of like the cat dresser area. She's sweet. I can't wait to have all three of my cats in there at the same time. I would say my next off animal that I got would have been my sweet female mice. I have currently 4 mice. Don't really know if I picked up the 4th one before or after or anything like that. I know I got 3 of them to start and then picked up a 4th one. Their names are Gus Gus, Blue Jeans, Galaxy, and Athena. I definitely do have a more space theme for a lot of my animals, but other than that, no real theme for any of my actual animals. I just kind of try to keep up. So with them, I've had them already for a year. I really love keeping mice. I think they're pretty handleable, honestly. I just don't think when they poop on you, obviously that's not the best. Next thing I'm gonna do is fill in my eyebrows. Just gonna grab my brow brush. I truly don't know how anyone manages to keep their brushes in order. I have too many to count. Truly, I would actually have too many to count. That would be an annoying task. I am definitely more old school when it comes to my brows, and I just like taking eyeshadow and just filling them in. So next off would be a little bit more of a funnier story, was when I got my male mice. With my male mice, I ordered from a feeding company for snakes and other reptiles to rescue them so they wouldn't be feeder mice anymore. And I ordered 5, hoping that they would be females, stating that I was more wanting to keep them as pets. And they actually ended up sending me 7, and almost all of them were males. A lot of them had a lot of anger issues, that's for sure. And they did actually, unfortunately, kill one another. That is sadly common with some litters of mice. It wasn't that they didn't have enough food or supplies or anything like that. It was just more of a dominance thing. Definitely didn't go as planned, I can state that much. But overall, I still have 2 of those male mice left, and the rest have unfortunately passed. But now that has been almost 9 months later, so definitely still giving them a better life than which would have happened, which would have been even a week of life. Then talking about it, that I've already mentioned my snakes. We have my snake rack here, and then my rats. I did start with my rats first. When I ordered those mice, I also ordered 3 female mice, 3 female rats, of course, and they were everything I could dream of. I've always wanted to own rats more than anything. I absolutely just adore them. They're so intelligent and smart. Just taking a little bit more bronzer. Never enough in my opinion. Perfect. Then I'm going to grab my highlighting brush and I will dip into my Jeffree Star Platinum Ice palette. I've definitely dug in on this very deep. I'm gonna go in with shade Ice Cold and maybe a little bit of Glacier on top, which are the more icier tones. So with my rats, definitely came an addiction. It's always an addiction problem when you find something you love. I definitely picked up 2 more pretty quickly, and that was, I started off with Orwell, peanut butter, and broccoli. Then I got Formaggio and Texas, and then I actually rescued Eclipse and Starburst. So those are my rats. I really, really love them. And then right underneath my rats, I have my snakes. So we'll start smallest to biggest. For the top shelf, we have some ball pythons, and then we have boas as well. So for my first ball python morph, I have a banana. I also have a dinker, which is kind of more of an undiscovered morph. I also have a super Mojave, a cinnamon spider, and a regular pastel. Probably one of the most beautiful pastels I've ever seen. Definitely has a range of colors, which I like. It can go from dark to light, so much fun, so nice for sure. I love owning ball pythons. I have owned them before, and then I wanted to get back into it. So that's probably it for highlighting. Clearly I have enough on for 4 to 5 different people, but that is how I like to look. Next, I will be going in with my Morphe 25A. I will also be using my Androgyny palette from Jeffree Star and my Jaclyn Hill palette. Perfect. So, my last and final snake is a boa constrictor, just a common boa constrictor, and it is very tamed and very sweet. Definitely getting up in size, around maybe 5 feet, I would say, which is definitely a really good sized snake. It is definitely what I can handle for size right now at my biggest. With that, when I picked up my last 2 snakes, I forgot to mention, but the 4 ball pythons, the Super Mojave, Cinnamon, Banana, and Pastel, they were all actually rescues as well. I always love supporting and trying to get a rescue first before making even a new purchase for an animal. Rescuing is definitely what I am most passionate about with animals. Just why shop around when you could rescue? There's so many animals needing to be rescued. But I also added on with the Dinker, which is more the undiscovered morph, and then I got the Boa. Both of those 2 were from Reptile Expo. And they're just so sweet. I plan to get them out of the racks and more into enclosures for some of them. I just think that they would thrive a little better with having an enclosure. For the rats, if you hear them squealing away, I do definitely let them play. It is very common for them to play fight and do all that stuff. The only thing with that is if it ever gets out of hand, that's when Mama needs to step in. So I'm going to take a nice dark brown shade and actually smoke out my lash line. I saw someone do this recently really low. I just liked how it looked, so I thought I should try it out. Super nice. So then one day I convinced my older brother that we should pick up some more kittens. I love cats, and we wanted to go to some local rescues, and we did stop by a few, and unfortunately there was none. And then we went to a local PetSmart near me, and there was unfortunately none as well. So then we thought all hope was lost, and we decided to go to one more PetSmart and behold, all of the cats in a box sitting there waiting for us. There was about 18 cats at least. It was a very large litter. I think multiple litters, honestly. And they were just sitting there in a box saying rescue. People just handing them out at the front door. So we took 2 of them, and now we have Jeffree Star, which is my one minx cat, and minx means not having a tail, of course. Definitely a pretty weird cat. I'll give everyone that. It is pretty skittish, but that is okay. It's not like we were planning on training the cat or anything ridiculous like that. Anyways, just taking a little bit of the dominatrix shade and deepening my crease up. So let's see who's left. We have the male mice, female mice. Oh, I definitely missed one. I have another cage right here, and that is including my lovely and sweet Logic, which is a Dalmatian hamster, meaning he is black and white speckled. Super, super sweet. He is, I believe, a long-haired hamster, even though, in my opinion, he has short hair. Logic is very sweet, and he is 1 year old now. I truly do love all my animals more than words. I would have 101 animals if I could. Just cleaning up the underneath little fallout area. And then, knowing me, I will always go back in with just a little bit more highlight to blend that area in. I see people putting their highlight very close to their eyes. At first I didn't get what was happening, and now I definitely know. I'm very happy with how this look has turned out. Nice and simple matte eye. All I have left to talk about would be my arachnids, which I have 2 sling tarantulas. Trust me on that, I definitely do not know their morph. It will definitely be something that once they grow to size, having a little bit better of an idea, but honestly, I definitely can tell you that I do not know what I own. Other than that, can't think of any other animals. I definitely will be expanding to more animals and more rodents and more reptiles in my future, but definitely wanting to stay with what I'm comfortable at right now. And I do plan on now training my rats to do just the simple tricks: sit, roll over, lay down, and stay. Staying is a big one, but I'm just going to pop on a lip, do some setting spray, and throw in a wig, and I'll be back in just a sec. And this is the finished look. I took my Nathan lipstick from Jeffree Star and finished off this look. Who's back there? There's the little Formaggio. Hi, bud. Come say hi to the camera instead of just playing in the hair. So this is one of my many rats. I cannot wait for you guys to meet each and every one of them and learn their little story. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.